Hi everybody, welcome back to Willie's American Guitars. What have you for us today, Willie? I have two things that are pretty cool. The largely misunderstood Varitone is something that Gibson did mostly in the late 50s, early 60s, and the Varitones normally only came on the guitars with gold hardware. So you had an ES 335, which was in its day $335. Then they made a 345 and the 355, the most deluxe of the three ES series. The ES series is famous because it's the one guitar that's been continually in production since it was introduced. Things like the Flying V, they discontinued them, reintroduced them. The Les Paul, they discontinued them, reintroduced them. But the 335 has always been kind of the standard, and it really kind of represents Gibson. They have a center block in here. Above and behind the center block are two spruce spacers to fit the curvature of the board and to add a little more resonance to it when the guitar is off. These are great guitars because there's something you can play while at home. This guitar is a limited edition ES 335 Custom Shop from, I forget what year it is. It's recent. It was made within the last 5-7 years. And they made about 100 of these. It comes with this custom-made plaque. If you take this off, it is also a stop tail, and you don't have to use the Bigsby. I like Bigsby's myself. So if I plug this into an amplifier, which I just happen to have this car Mercury amplifier, which goes down to 1/10 of 1 watt, and up to 16 watts and everywhere in between. Nice crisp treble. Nice middle position, and then of course but with this Veritone, you get this first position. Always the one closest to you bypasses any of the capacitors that are in here. Now, the next position thins it out. These are different capacitors with a different capacitance. It's a handy tool to have, largely misunderstood. A lot of guys just would take them out immediately. It's got that kind of sound, you know? It's kind of cool. And then this. Now, if you were recording, that would be a very handy tool because it fits right back here and you have room for all this other instrumentation on here. So there are a lot of variety to these. And then, of course, turn it all the way towards you so it's pointing to you. That's position 1. A lot of fun. So here is the 355. This has got a big medium neck in that it's a little deeper here, a little less wide here. This one has that more traditional Gibson 59 neck. Here's something I bet you didn't know. 355s had always a skinnier neck. Anytime they put gold hardware, they didn't make it 1 11/16, they made it 1 10/16 in the old days. So anytime you had a 335, it would have a wider neck, but they took more care in shaving the neck on the 355s. This is true of other gold hardware instruments from the 50s. This particular guitar does not have that. So its accuracy is, who cares? It's got this really comfortable big neck. And again, these Varitones, you have you would think, who would use that? But that's a very handy thing to have on the stage, especially if you're playing with horns and in the recording studio. So this is So, there you go. There is the Veritone. The 355, of course, has more binding. There's 7 layers of binding compared to the 335, if we look at those. This guitar, the 355, has an ebony board. You get a little different tone out of that. Bigger block inlays, more decoration, gold hardware, and just sexier. So both of these are custom shop instruments, and there you go, Veritone. Y'all come back now.